¿Qué onda, raza? I'm here in Boston. Estamos backstage. We're going to be filming Collision tonight. Y que voy viendo al crowd before the doors open up, and I see a familiar face. Someone I've known for a while here in the wrestling business, and I'm going to let him introduce himself to you guys.
My name is Gino Medina, El Hijo de la Calaca, two-time, second-generation wrestler from El Sanguinario, La Calaca, here rep Texas and Boston.
Eso, vato, eso. Y'all heard it here, man. He's repping Texas, which actually brings me to my first question, Gino, que te quería preguntar. ¿Qué hace diferente a un luchador que es formado en Texas a un luchador que es formado en México, güey?
I think, pienso que in Texas te enseñan a little bit more how to like work on the fly, you know?
Yeah.
So if stuff goes wrong, you know how to fix it.
Like
especially, yeah. And so like somebody like for me that like Booker T that taught me, he was also always teaching us how to like call stuff on the fly and have stuff in your back pocket where if something goes wrong, bam, fix it on the fly, you know what I mean? And I feel like with Lucha Libre sometimes in Mexico, I feel like it's all kind of called before, so I feel like it's kind of hard to.
So it's like step
improvise.
One takes you to step two.
So if you mess up step two, you're
Sí, a veces te pierdes, o sea, te puedes perder.
And you see it sometimes, you see it out there. But I feel like there's some. It's weird because like the old school guys, the guys that taught me lucha libre, it was definitely more like. Llave contra llave and all that stuff, a little bit more like ground based.
Sí.
And they would teach you to like work a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But I feel like nowadays it's a little harder because everything's a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And you gotta be at a certain position to catch somebody and whatnot, which sometimes that's hard to improvise and whatnot.
No, and I know what you mean, porque a veces, you have to earn your way out of a hold. You know, you can't just, porque me la sé or whatever. No, salte, a ver si puedes.
So I think that's the difference. Just kind of like just that improv and kind of like going on the fly there is definitely a little hard.
And talking about the OGs, you mentioned Booker T, you mentioned some of the OG luchas who have trained y todo, cuando empezaste you had a mindset when you first came into the business. Has that changed now that you've been in it for several years?
Yeah, a lot. It's changed a lot because I feel like when I first started wrestling, it was I was very focused on the wrestling part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as I got more into the business, I realized wrestling is like on the bottom of the list when it comes to like what actually like matters in pro wrestling. I feel like it's all about your character, it's how you look, can you cut a good promo, are you presentable, can you talk good in front of people and whatnot. To me, I feel like now that's more important than the wrestling, which I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's a good thing that it's like that, you know what I mean? Because if anybody wants to watch wrestling, they'll just go watch amateur wrestling.
I see, but man, you're not wrong, man. There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Es lo bonito de la lucha libre and the pro wrestling. And te quería preguntar también, like, is there anything that you know now that you kind of wish you knew when you started?
Probably that.
See?
That thing would be my main one. Like, because, like I said, for me, I was like a young 14-year-old, and I was like, I gotta train every day.
Bien joven.
Yeah,
second generation, pues claro.
Yeah, I was too young, man. I think that's my only thing. I wish people didn't start so young.
Okay.
Because I feel like it just takes a toll on the body, man.
Does it burn you out también?
A little bit, yeah. Definitely, like, I feel it in my back, my knees.
Okay.
My neck.
Y pues, how old are you right now?
I just turned 30.
You just turned 30, okay.
So, I've been wrestling, like, way more in my life that I have not been wrestling.
Totally. Wow, man.
So I feel like my body is just kind of beat. And I feel like, to go back to your question, is that I feel like if we can kind of implement that on like a lot of people that are starting off now, is that wrestling isn't wrestling is the first thing that's one of the ways that I heard it, you know what I mean? Because, and that's
who said that? Can you mention them?
I saw like a YouTube video once saying that like wrestling isn't wrestling, and that kind of like clicked a lot with me because it's not.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling is everything else but wrestling, But on that though, the reason I do like AEW and I respect it a lot is because they do try to make it about wrestling, There's other places, where there's more entertainment and more of that. And like you said before, there's something for everybody.
See, there's a place for everything.
But I feel like if you want to be a wrestler, you'll come to AEW, that's where the best wrestlers are.
Así, ese es el dicho, así me dijeron, yo no sé. Pero you know what, man, I want to thank you. I'm going to ask you one final question.
Yes.
¿Algún mensaje, para la raza, sea la raza del Valle, la raza de Houston, anybody out there listening?
Yeah, of course. Just keep watching wrestling, keep representing wrestling and supporting it. I feel like support your local indie wrestling promotion, because I feel like that's where everybody comes from. You know, somebody like if you watch AEW, me even watching it and being here right now, you know, as an extra, you know, a lot of these guys that are here right now, I've wrestled on the indies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like if you go support your independent wrestling, at some point you're gonna see those guys at the main stage, and you can be like, hey, I saw that guy when I was when I started off. That, and man, just keep supporting people, keep supporting Hispanic people right now. We live in a very dark times, for being Hispanic.
Yeah.
So I feel like as long as we're just kind to everybody and everybody tries to be understanding, that everybody just trying to make a better living for their family. As long as we can kind of just keep thinking that and just be kind to everybody, I feel like we will all survive as a society.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gino.
Thank you,
Before
man.
I let you go, carnal, where can people find you? And do you want to put over your school?
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter at G_Medina with 2 A's on that, or just look me up under Gino Medina. You can look up my school too, Aztlan Wrestling Academy, where we got a good thing going there. We got a good group of people in there. Just know that once you come here, once you go to Aztlan Wrestling Academy, you get ready to work.
Eso. No, thanks a lot, Gino.
No,
He's
thank
about
you.
to go represent Texas on Collision. Keep an eye out for him. Gino Medina.
Thank you.